The United Nations World Health Organization reports 3.4 million people, mostly children your age, die annually from water-related diseases.
Freshwater ecosystems are absolutely fundamental to human health and well-being. If we don't have fresh water, then human populations are not going to do very well.
Fresh water is one of our most important resources. However, we are now at a crisis where we don't have enough water for everyone on Earth. By 2030, we are supposed to achieve sustainability as a planet, and the SDGs are laid out for that very purpose. Your SDG 14, aims to sustainably manage and protect marine and coastal ecosystems from pollution, as well as addressing the impacts of ocean acidification. These are the targets for SDG 14, 7 clearly laid out markers to be carried out. As you all know, COVID-19 has had a huge impact on all aspects of life, and the SDGs are no exception to this. This looks at the implications and the effect of COVID-19 on the SDG 14. So just a little intrusion here. So my name is Dhinuka De Silva, and I'm your Deputy Chair for SDG 14 this year at MSMUN. MSMUN, as you may know, is a conference that gives an opportunity to middle school students just like you to learn about the most serious global issues and to work together as United Nations delegates to find an answer to these problems. We look forward to seeing you at the conference.
So there's a long history of human impacts on freshwater. One of the most important impacts in recent decades has been acid rain. And this is where we're burning fossil fuels through car use and for energy production since the Industrial Revolution in the 1800s. And that burning of fossil fuels releases sulfur into the atmosphere that combines with precipitation that causes acid rain.
So going back to the issue, guys, the issue of conserving and protecting and restoring freshwater ecosystems is very important as our very survival and future depends on it. Some of the most pressing concerns in the issue are rising temperatures, the building of dams, and the different vegetation being grown near these so-called freshwater ecosystems.
The dumping of plastic waste is one of the major causes of pollution in Korea's rivers and lakes. National Ocean Service reports that 80% of pollution in the marine environment comes from the land, much of it plastic debris. The small aquatic organisms and fish that maintain these ecosystems consume the plastic and eventually die from it.
Right now, over 70% of the freshwater available is used for agriculture, and this number is only expected to rise. By 2050, if the population rises as expected to 9 billion people, feeding all of them wouldn't be easy. It is estimated that a 50% increase in agricultural production and a 15% increase in freshwater withdrawal is going to be required. This means more of our freshwater supplies are going to be replenished and polluted. The pictures you're seeing are very real. These factors affect and change these ecosystems forever. So we must strive towards finding solutions to combat this if we are to ensure that our freshwater supply is conserved and restored. So, you've heard the term ecosystem so many times in this video, but what does it actually mean? Well, an ecosystem is a community which is formed by plants, animals, and many other organisms, including microbes coming together in an area along with the combination of its environmental factors such as the landscape or supply of natural resources. Here, they work hand in hand to form a bubble of life where all the organisms are able to thrive. So now, what are the organizations that have been helping to solve this issue? Well, two big organizations are the World Bank and PepsiCo. Here are some of the measures taken by them to help solve this issue.
Global warming has an evil twin you might not have heard of: ocean acidification. Today's rates of ocean acidification resulting from human activities have major consequences for marine life, coastal communities, and the amount of CO2 in our atmosphere.
Threats such as acidification or eutrophication, which occur in lakes, are a very real concern that's only growing by the day. We consume and strain our freshwater supplies continually, but do we ever look back and ask how much do we actually have left? Is it going to be enough for us in the future? What are we supposed to do when all our freshwater ecosystems are being harmed on a daily basis? So now, what are the socioeconomic impacts of this issue? Well, just to name a few, they include health issues which arise in a population as a result of contaminated drinking water, economic activity which is hindered since water is one of our basic resources which we use for agriculture and other industrial and commercial activities, the destruction of ecosystems which results in lower biodiversity leading to the issues such as freshwater scarcity and more of our food supplies being susceptible to disease. So now you may be asking who's responsible for this issue and why you should even care about it, nevertheless find a solution for it. Well, us humans are the ones who are responsible for it. We have caused global warming, which has in turn warmed up our lakes and then caused something called stratification, which then has released more phosphorus than ever into our fresh water. This then leads to algal blooms, which causes eutrophication. Stratification also produces excess mercury, which then builds up in the fish that you eat. Now, would you really want to eat something with such a dangerous chemical inside? No, right? It would instantly kill you. So, you see, it does affect us all in the end. And that's why it is extremely vital that we find an immediate solution to this issue. So, finally, at the end of this video, you may be wondering what we can do as young, powerful youth to solve this issue. Some of the solutions to this issue looks at plastic waste management, improving farming methods since farming is one of the biggest culprits of water scarcity, improving the efficiency of waste management and sewage treatment, and the introduction of green agricultural methods to limit the number of chemicals going into our freshwater ecosystems. So finally, thank you for watching this video. We look forward to welcoming you to MSMUN 2021. We look forward to some very fruitful debates on resolving this issue.